Let's see. Says I'm live. That's good. Let's do this. Settings. Quality. Higher picture. Turn Wi-Fi on. Options. Live chat. Cool. Back. There we go. Live chat. Hello. Welcome. I need to get rid of the top messages settings. All messages. Hey! Complex. What's up, my man? How are you? So, you want to hear some funny nonsense? It's like Murphy has it out for me. So, as soon as I left the house to go and to go to a farewell for some coworkers, the internet kicks on, and then the video file's corrupt, so I get to re-edit all of my stuff. Like the raw video is fine. It's just the edited video was corrupted, so I got to redo it. So yeah, I'm doing all right. Just another day, another dollar. So I thought I'd display the tiger in all its glory. So this week, next week, the video is going to be detailing aging, weathering, all of that. So thank you very much. Thank you. Let me change the video settings so I can actually see better too. So right now, I am running my tablet so I can try and stay on top of the I'll drag the tank closer. This thing's heavy. Holy crap. Here we go. Trying to make some real estate because that barrel is long. Let's go ahead and move this way a little bit. Get it closer to center. But I'm very pleased with how this turned out. It was definitely a headache. I will admit to that. It was a headache of a model, but I feel like it was worth it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Like I wish I could get better photography of it because the color is totally different in person. Like this is like legit dunkelgelb with the rust red oxide coming over the top of it. So like there's little streaks running through where the red shows through better in some places than others. And I'm really proud of how this turned out, even though at one point when I was recording the final steps of it, I wanted to throw it out the window. It was definitely getting frustrating. So my big comment on it is some of the parts felt like they were recycled between it and the other Tacom kit. So Tacom has two King Tigers. They have the Henschel and they have the Krupp. And this is the Krupp. A lot of people call it the Porsche turret, but that's a bit of a misnomer. So Porsche had literally nothing to do with the King Tiger development at all. He did have a lot to do with the Tiger 1, but Tiger 2 was not his gig, man. That was not his bag. So, how's your day going? The little fur missile's doing all right? Feeling a little better now after their surgery. Sorry, I want to try and clear everything out from under my cutting mat. Seems like there's tons of debris underneath this thing causing it to warp. So, yeah, it's a bit flatter now. Hey, Amnesia, what's up, man? So, if you want to build a tank, I would highly recommend, if you aren't into the stupid level of detail that's in this thing, go for a Tamiya. Tamiya makes perfectly good, serviceable armored models. Like, they get the job done, they scratch the itch, and they aren't too expensive. Like, I think most Tamiya kits in the American market are floating right around 20 to 60 bucks. Some of their deluxe kits are closer to 80, maybe 85 at the 1/35th scale. But in all honesty, I would recommend a Tamiya if you don't want to go crazy with it. Hey, John, what's up? How are you? I'm happy to see you. It's always great to see returning customers. Had a bowl of bacon and eggs? Dang, yep. She's getting back at it, man. I knew she'd spring back. I knew she would. Yep, so, I'm glad to see you back, John. I'm excited to see you. What did you think? Like, I'd love to hear some feedback. Like, that helps me get an idea of what my viewers would like to see, and gives me an idea of what I should do next. So, I will admit there is something already slated after this Tiger model is completed. I did have a commission come across for a Tamiya F14 painted up Jolly Rogers by a childhood friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. We've been friends for 20, 23 years, somewhere in there. And so I'm going to be building this plane for him. It's going to be one of the last big projects that I do before my my big move. So, building one of them boats? Yeah, I'd love to do one. Hey, Will, what's up, man? Happy to see you. Happy to see you. I'm sorry I didn't respond directly to your Discord. I had a feeling it was a little late, and I didn't want to just blow up your phone while you're trying to sleep. But, yeah, it's always a pleasure seeing you again. And yes, that did give me a good chuckle. That most certainly made me chuckle. So, hi, what's up, Goodvin? Hello. How are you? Welcome to the channel. I think today we're gonna go ahead and let the Tiger do her sales floor spin here. You know, gotta look pretty for the camera. We'll let her hang out back here. And then, oop, barrel's caught on my great pile of shame rigging back here. I've got too many things going at the moment. But I think I'm going to be painting some minis today on live stream, because I haven't been painting minis for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So, an aircraft super detailed engine, 1/24th scale BF 109. I like that idea. I really do. I actually do like that idea a lot. I do have, so I'm looking at the backlog at the moment. Besides the F14, I've got 3 of those, by the way. I have the Raiden, the Frank, the seaplane version of the Zero, a Zero M21, and a Zero M3. I also have an F4U1D that I could build. Those are sitting around. So I'll definitely consider front loading those once I finish my big move that's coming up. Yeah, yeah, I'm probably gonna be painting some Warhammer tonight, to be honest. Let me go grab my case of assembled and require attention. Oh, let's. Oh crap! There's another Krieg kill team up there that needs more attention too. So, what is that? Okay, that's command team, heavy weapons, and a fire team. That's the graveyard of extra bits. Hey, I thought I left my drink in the kitchen. It's right here behind me. That's good. Okay. Just got the notification going live. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that you guys are getting notifications on this. This is perfect. But yeah, that 124 scale BF 109. I am seriously considering that. That's actually a fantastic idea. I think that would be cool because at 124th scale, most of the components for it are pretty large, but the aircraft itself won't be gargantuan. At 124 scale, it should take up about the same footprint as most 148 modern fighter aircraft. Let's see. Trying to get an idea of what I want to put in front of the camera today. I do have a couple of dreads that need some work. I'm usually here before notifications are displayed. Dude, I'm so happy to hear that you're excited to see my videos. That means the world to me, you know that? Like, yeah, I do this for my own personal entertainment, but if I can try and help those around me, I have to move this. Nope, the dread's gonna clear. Cool. I swear, this barrel is gonna be the death of me. 2, not 2. Ordered 2 boxes. Oh, okay, got dead silence. Nice. You gotta let me know how that goes. You gotta let me know if that's it's a worthwhile box set. If you guys want a hint as to what's happening with the Tiger, there's a hint. I think I have the winter wash. No, I got winter streak and grime. So I'm going to have to go back to Hobbytown. Get some winter wash. Let's see what happens, yeah? Alright. Let's work on these dreads, yeah? Sound like a good idea to everybody? You know what's funny? It's on my tablet. It says only one person's here. But on my phone, it says 9. I'm so happy to see all of you here. I really am. I'm chuffed. I am very, very happy to see you all here today. Got to support fellow model builders. Got my subscription. You start to build the... Oh, thank you, man. That means the world to me. Like, I noticed that Warhammer wasn't exactly everybody's bag or everybody's cup of tea. And in all honesty, I had originally started with model kits. My first model kits were airplanes. Believe it or not, I think my very first model kit. So the tank interior parts is a bit of personal interest, and a bit of experience. So I also kind of moonlight, I guess, as a gunsmith occasionally for friends and family. So like, I do maintenance on personal firearms for people, clean them up, polish them up. I'll do conservations and restorations, but generally I'm not somebody that you bring a weapon to for like, oh yeah, I want to cut barrel. It's like, I'm not cutting that barrel. So, but yeah, so still not one Brutalis, just small boys. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to all chats. I promise. I'm reading them all. Just trying to make sure that I'm sharing the love equally. But yeah, back to my first ever venture into hobby building. My first ever kit, if I remember correctly, it was an Airfix, but I know for a fact it was a Red Arrow. So at the time, I was just a little kid living in England, and I would go to the Waddington Air Show. I always thought that was the coolest thing ever. So for those of you who aren't too familiar with what I'm doing here, this is called a wet palette. So long story short, it's a really fancy application of parchment paper and a sponge. You can use just about any little tray you have floating around, just enough to hold a little bit of water, right? And then you can put down some paper towel, or if you have a very small like sheet sponge, you can put that down, and then you just top it with some parchment paper like this, and it keeps your water-based acrylics fresh longer. So like I've actually had paint last several days after putting it in here. If you put too much water in it, your paint will start to separate while it sits. Ooh, yeah, the Messerschmitt BF-109. Which one? What we're talking about right now, or what this is? That's Warhammer. That's a real world King Tiger. We're just jumping around the board all over the place today, hence right. I'm happy to see you. Please contribute to the chat. I'd love to communicate with all of you today and answer any questions you guys might have, within reason, of course. Yeah, I'm just sort of doing my own thing on live stream today, so unless you see behind the curtain and get to see some of the manic painting side of me. So I don't think I'm ever gonna need this. I'm just gonna put that there because I may airbrush later. Thank you very much, Amnesia. You are a saint. I swear, man. If we break it big, I'm putting you on the payroll, dude. You've done so much to help me with this. I'm gonna put you on the payroll. And Complex, I'd be cutting you a check too, because without you, I would be lost. Oh yeah, the P-51 Mustang. Yeah, that would actually be a really good looking duel. I would almost hazard to say the only thing I think would be cooler is a P-51 and FW-190 or BF-109. I think it would be a BF-109 would be a closer fight, because my understanding is the BF-109 had better handling, especially at lower altitudes where the earlier Spitfires really excelled. But the FW-190 was more of a power monster, more of a boom and zoom. It was definitely dangerous, don't get me wrong, and it was by no means just a straight line fighter, but I would hazard a guess to say that an FW-190 trying to get into a turn fight with a Spitfire, I don't know. Oh, hey, no, I got you. Hang on, I got some Gunpla for you here. Hang on. All right, I'll grab some Gunpla. I'll show you how Gunpla arrives. All right, so Gunpla. All right, brand new box. Right, brand new box. Let me set this up for you, help you out a bit. So we're gonna move the Tiger before or at least stop the Tiger's spin for a minute. Oh, come on, stop. Thank you. Because I don't want to damage the Tiger. Close up the wet palette for a second. So, generally, Gunpla comes in a color match similar to the model. It's not always 100%, but it's pretty dang gum close. They try and make it about 95% of the way there. So this being a Gunner Zaku Warrior should be predominantly red and pink, which it is. So most pieces come in the original color that they're supposed to be in, and that simplifies things. So like Gunpla is fantastic for somebody just starting, you know? Like it's a fantastic starting point for somebody who wants a model to quickly build, but not have to worry about the level of detail that this tiger has. Like you can give it to a kid, you can give it to an adult, and really the world's their oyster. So when I was younger, like when I was a teenager, I always had this obsession with trying to get a kit done in a day. I always rushed to finish my kits, and I as I grew up, I began to realize that you can have high speed or quality, but hardly ever do those two align, you know? So, yeah, by all means, if you want to get into Gunpla, get into Gunpla, dude. I think you'll like it. 90% of the kits you'll find are snap fit. Most of the Bandai, most of the Bandai kits fit well together and don't require glue. However, there are some instances where I would highly recommend using some glue, especially on components that may fall apart. Or, for example, there's a new line that came out called Unleashed. So right now it's only hitting the perfect grades. The way they rank them, perfect grades are 160 scale. So the Unleashed have photo etch, a lot more detail in them. I've got a RX-78-2, the classic Gundam that everybody knows. I've got that as an Unleashed perfect grade. But I would wholeheartedly recommend start with something like a master grade. Those are fine. Those are 1/100 scale. And that's probably where you see that you'll see the middle point between quality and value. So like here in the States, it's not uncommon to find Gunpla kits for about 60 to 65 USD, sometimes more. I don't know what they're going for in good old Englandshire, but I know in Asia you can get some as cheap as 20-30 bucks. Some of them even cheaper, because they have this store called the Gundam Base. It's Bandai's outlet for Gundam and all their anime based kits and figures and whatnot. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some paint on this. Get to work. Where's my Graham? Will you calm down, bud? I'm not trying to scare you off. I swear, my cat. Where is my not Nighthawk Gloom. I'm looking for Thunderhawk Blue. Where is my Thunderhawk Blue? Gotta be around here somewhere. Yeah, 15-30 quid. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. That's reasonable. Like, I've seen some Gunpla kits here in the US break $150, $250, $300. The perfect grades, they routinely scratch $200. They're big. They're really nicely detailed. But holy crap, are they expensive. Where the is my Thunderhawk Blue? I want to do some edge highlighting in Thunderhawk Blue. Oh yeah, that's a great way to do it too. Because it allows you to hang on to the decal and not have to go fishing for it when the piece of paper finally lets go of it. It's a great way to use a wet palette. I do that occasionally, but not too often. Usually what I'll do is I like to put my decals in some warm water, like not boiling hot, but definitely a bit warmer than lukewarm, because I found it helps soften the decal a bit. I do have Mark Softener and Mark Setter as well. Or do I have... Okay, I got Mark Fit. I used to have the softener and setter. I don't know where those ran off to. But those work great too, because they soften up the decal and get them to contour better, to abstract shapes and angles and all that mess. Alright, well, since I can't find my Thunderhawk Blue, I guess that gets us painting some Templars. Probably gonna do a bit of dry brush, to be honest, because I've been wanting to do a bit of dry brush Templars for a while. But yeah, so we have quite the assortment here. So when I say great pile of shame, I mean it. This ain't even all of it. This is a bit. And then also some of the keen-eyed amongst you will notice that some of these guys are carrying the Dark Angels longswords. And I did that because, I mean, the Dark Angel longswords look gorgeous. The two-handers, I mean, look at that. That looks great. Why didn't the Templars get these? Templars are stuck with, like, GP power swords, and it's like, ooh, yeah, woo, power sword. That's cool, ooh. But no, I want the two-handed. Oh, yeah? Using the vinegars? Using vinegar for decals? Yeah, I could see how that works. My big thing about that would be, the vinegar could actually cause a reaction from water-based acrylics, or at least I think it would. I would expect it to, actually, because, in all honesty, that acid would probably interact in a less than ideal way with the water-based acrylics. The water-based acrylics I found are really quite fragile and delicate. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's do this one. Picking out some guys today. Ow, that was sharp. That one. That's 4. Where's 5? There's a 5th one in here somewhere. There he is. Cool. Alright, we're going with this today. Oh, whoa. Let's be gentle. Let's be cool. Let's not go breaking all this stuff now. I love building stuff. I don't like fixing stuff. Let's see. What have we got on the table? I'd be laughing my head off if I found Thunderhawk Blue hiding back here. Okay, yeah, diluted. I could see that 100%. Let me check and make sure that I'm seeing all chats. Okay, yeah, I'm still seeing all messages. That's good. That's good. So, let's see. But, yeah. So how was everybody's day? Anybody do anything crazy today? Nothing exciting? Sorry, just trying to prep some of my painting tools before I get to work on this. Let's put that there. Sorry for reaching in front of the camera. I apologize. Again, trying to do some workspace hygiene real quick before we start cracking away at this. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's see. Painting handle. We'll go ahead and move the dreads back because I'm not really going to be able to do too much with those today. Unless. Is that what I think it... I found it. I found it. You might actually be able to do it. Had a power outage this morning. And people... Ow! Yeah, that's not fun, dude. Hey, I'm glad the dog's got some air. That's good. It's always good to give the dog an old walk, you know? Get them moving around. Get those joints flexing and wiggling and doing their thing. Since I did find that Thunderhawk, I think I'm going to go ahead and start edge highlighting, actually. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because, yeah, that's one way to wake up. Who needs caffeine when you got 120 volts? Let's see. Mount this. Okay. Oh, I am seeing a problem already. You guys do not have enough elevation. Let's fix that. Let's put you on the high ground. It's okay. I will be Anakin today. It's not a problem. I'm gonna put the airbrush cleaning station back there. Put that there. I'm so terribly sorry, y'all. The workbench looks like my toolbox just regurgitated itself all over said workstation. So please bear with me as I struggle to make this appropriately tidy. Hey, that's what I was looking for. Got it. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. Down. Uh-oh. Turning you all crazy directions today. There. How's that? Is that better? You think it looks better? It does not look better. This place is crowded at the moment. I guarantee you, yours looks better. I've got so much stuff up on here at the moment. It's driving me bonkers. Like I'm absolutely losing my mind. Ooh, you got a service dog. Nice. That's good. I'm glad that's working out. So let's see. Thunderhawk Blue. that sounds like a plan, Will. Sounds like a plan. Let's go ahead and get some paint on this wet palette and get this show on the road. Let's see. A big old dollop. Probably more than I'll need. Actually, probably a lot more than I'll need. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to this. We're gonna shift this way. bring this over here. And then there's way too much paint on the brush, but screw it. If you ain't gonna overdo it, why not? You know, why try if you aren't gonna overdo it? Milo, nice. All right. Let's do some of this edge highlight here. So I know a lot of people like to go heavy with the edge highlight. What airbrush do I use? You're looking for a better one. So for compressors, I would highly recommend you look at eBay for used. I use an Iwata Ninja Jet. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. They want like $160. I paid $45 for mine on eBay. At $160, it's a ripoff. At $45, it's the bargain of the century. A lot of people like compressors with tanks built into them. Those work great. I had one that was like literally this big. It was like tiny as can be. Like I could put it in a cargo pocket. That one had a reservoir tank, but it was obviously tiny, and it was very loud. The Iwata Ninja is actually fairly quiet. For airbrushes, this one is about $45 or $60, I think, on Amazon. It has a removable cup, interchangeable needles, so you can do a larger nozzle, smaller nozzle, which is great for like if you want different coverage. And the larger and smaller cup option is fantastic because it makes cleaning a breeze. It just twists right off. The one that you guys see me use all the time is actually one that is very expensive. And it's not got a whole lot going for it. So it's a Tamiya Sprayworks part number 74549. It's not bad. It's actually a great airbrush, but it's a very, very small nozzle. So like most people generally run like a 0.3 or 0.5. They say like do a 0.5 mil. This one is fixed at 0.3. The needle on it is nice. Like it's pretty easy to clean up and take apart. I like this one personally because the ADHD side of me would just find the dual function where it's up top, rock back, push down, pull, all that nonsense. That just I'd get tripped up on that far too quickly. I wouldn't be able to be proficient with it in a way that I wanted to be as quickly as I would want to be. And this is just, it's got the American button, baby. Got the American button. As soon as you pull back a little bit, there's a little bit of resistance. So like if you know how like multi-stage triggers work, this is like a two-stage trigger. So you got uptake. This is just loose, like not much to it. That's going to start your airflow. Your airflow is fixed. Your paint flow, however, is dynamic. So you can see here, I'm going to put my hand down here and I'm going to move the trigger. You see how I'm moving and that bulb is not moving at all? It's staying in place. So all this free travel up here opens up the air valve. So you start getting airflow. And then once you start pulling past that second stage, that's when the needle starts moving. And to answer your question on Citadel paints, I'll put it this way. Everybody has their favorite paint. Everybody has their preferred paint. For an acrylic, they aren't terrible. Some of the colors are fantastic, but I feel like there's still a lot left on the table, especially using one of these containers versus using one of these containers. This is so much easier for airbrush, wet palette, stuff of that sort. I would recommend using Vallejo style dropper paints. Vallejo's not the only one to use dropper paints. I want to say I've seen a few others. Mission Models, they do large droppers, right? I've painted by brush with these, and I will tell you these are very, very delicate paints. I do not know how well they hold up going through an airbrush, but they are, as you can see, marketed for airbrush use. So maybe it works better that way. So I'd be willing to hazard that guess and say I'm using them in a unintended form or unintended application, and I'm getting less than desirable results because of that. So I'm willing to blame the user, being me, before I blame the paint, because I haven't put it in its quote domain, its quote operational, intended operational domain. Sort of like taking a big cat, like a tiger or lion, and throwing him on a beach. He's probably not going to perform well. He'll get the job done. He'll probably catch something, but he's not going to be in his quote home turf environment. So think of it that way. That would be my advice. But I would say that most of the colors that Games Workshop has, Vallejo makes a comparable color for. And in all honesty, the price difference between them is enough for me to go to Vallejo. Ammo supposedly makes some really good stuff. I like seeing some of their application. Yeah, the non-toxic bit is a huge plus. So growing up, I actually started with the Humbrol super potent lacquer paints. I'm pretty sure Complexus has a few comments on that. He's probably going to tell me I need a respirator. But I grew up on those. And you know what's interesting? It's the longest lasting sensory based memory that your brain holds onto is actually scent. And I still distinctly remember the smell of Humbrol's titanium paint. Like, the last time I really touched that, I was like 7, 8. But it brings back fond memories, and I'm pretty sure that would give you a contact buzz if you're in it for too long. But behind the door in the background, that's holding 2 3D printers. So my nose has been abused. My nose has been neglected. But yeah, so apple barrel paints. You mean like hardware store style paint? Newish Humbrol in airbrush? Oh yeah. So what I would recommend is if you're gonna do something like that and try and run a lacquer, you have to thin that stuff down. Because lacquer goes on thick, especially enamels. Enamels are ungodly thick. They flow slower than like pancake syrup. Oh, Walmart paints. Okay. But yeah, you want to get some of this, some lacquer thinner. So this stuff's good. I would actually recommend the peach capped stuff. I will let you read the label because I'm pretty sure the word on it in its scientific application is accurate. But I know that YouTube has a hate relationship for that number, or not that number, but that a word right there. YouTube does not like that, especially being said. So I'm not going to say it. But the second one I showed you slows down the drying time. That's what it's meant to do. Let's see. Walmart paints apple barrel. They come in acrylic and lacquer varieties. Well, yep, exactly. I know that's what it means, but like everybody's a little bit more sensitive these days. And I mean, everybody's entitled to their own rights to think what they want. And I'm not going to dive into that rabbit hole. I'm just going to say that word needs to be less safeguarded and red flagged, because I would use that word in the scientific phrase, like what it's doing for that paint, what it's doing. That's kind of what I need that stuff to do. But I can't I can't say that word on a video, or it'll immediately kill my chances of monetization. I know I'm nowhere near monetization at the moment, but I really don't want to fry my chances before I even get the chance of what that might look like, you know? So, yeah, I appreciate you. People are allowed to be sensitive if they want. That's totally fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. The beauty of opinions is not everybody has to agree on it. We just have to understand and respect each other's opinions. So, thank you. I hope to do that here soon. So, the reason why I'm following up with another live stream so quickly is because I noticed a massive uptick in my viewing time. Simply because I had live stream going. 5 of you were so gracious to consider that I was worth wasting time on and hanging out with for a number of hours, and it accumulated 30 hours of watch time, which is usually what I get out of one of my main channel videos. So hanging out with you guys for 5 hours, 6 hours was worth it to me, because I got to actually communicate with you guys. Because in the end, this is almost a service kind of job. Mind you, I'm not employed by YouTube. I am not paid by YouTube. One day it would be kind of nice to have it as the quote, go out on a date night and not have to worry about funding kind of situation. That would be cool. But right now it's just me being me. And the thing is, I got to get something like 3,000 hours to get into the paid partnership program. So that would allow me to like advertise, do merchandise, or do a members only section. I want to make it clear now that it is not my intent to make a members only section or a pay to view section. I totally understand from the business perspective that that's a smart thing to do, but this is a hobby. I want to share my hobby with you guys. I do need to get drying for my Atom paints because I've been using Vallejo thinner and it worked. Wasn't the best. Atom thinner. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yes, Grim, that's my thigh, buddy. Don't turn it into pulled pork. Come on. Come on, dude. Yes, hi. Yes, I'm happy to see you too, you big baby. I'm gonna stay during live streams, and you, my friend, are not a waste of my time at all. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. I really do enjoy getting to spend time with you guys and just learn about your day, get to hang out, shoot the breeze, paint some minis, break some stuff because I'm too lazy to do it the right way and then wind up breaking something, so I have to go and fix it, and then I'm doing more work than I would have just doing it the right way to begin with. Um, but yeah, if we can all just sit around, chuckle, have a laugh, and enjoy everything that's going on, I think that would be great. Now, um, back to what I was saying though, like I don't think it's fair you guys to have to pay to view my stuff, you know? Like obviously the quality of my work definitely needs an uptick. Like at least the presentation side, because my presentation skills are severely lacking. But um, it's it's one of those learning processes, you know. Like Rome wasn't built in a day, and I would like to try and do something where I can give back to the community. So I feel like if I just don't put anything behind a paywall, that would be um, that would be my way of saying, hey, thank you. I want you guys to see my work. I don't want to make you guys pay for it. You know? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. It's like you're on YouTube and now I'm having to pay to watch your stuff. And like it would be something if you guys wanted to contribute to the channel. Like I'll later on I may flirt or float the idea of maybe creating a Patreon. $7 for 20 mil? Jeez. That's that's pretty steep. But like if you guys want to try and contribute to the channel, maybe I'll float the idea of a Patreon. I feel uncomfortable even thinking about doing that. But maybe something a little bit better would be maybe setting up a PO box. If there's something you guys want me to build, I could try and build it for y'all. And then if it's something you want as a build in return, like you want me to build it sort of like a commission piece, I'd be interested in doing that too. Just please understand that after this move, my workload is going to be pretty nuts. So, like, yeah, I'll still be able to make videos, but the turnaround time might be a little bit delayed, especially on getting stuff back out to you. Like, I want to try and give back to y'all for giving me your time, you know? That sounds fantastic. We can talk more about that offline because like right now I don't have a PO box, and I'm kind of reluctant to set one up now, seeing as how my move is estimated to occur in the next like 10 weeks. Um, and then what I'll probably do, because where I'm going, I don't think I can set up like a quote unquote business mailbox. So what I might do is I might reach out to family who are closer to a post office that would allow me to open a business aligned PO box and then just have them forward that mail to me so that then I'm not doxing myself. And you guys, if you want me to build stuff, we could do that. But like I'm totally down for taking on commissions from viewers if they want me to. Um, Especially right now, seeing as how my subscriber count is so not necessarily low, but it's in the early stages, you know? Like I was blown away that I hit 100 subscribers just before New Year's. And it's been what, a month and we've already crested 230? I'm blown away. Like y'all's support means the world to me. Let me check and make sure I'm still on all messages. 60 mil. Yeah, $5 for 60 mil. That's, yeah. Sorry, the little heart like emoji icon thing was blocking that, so I had to wait for the chat to move. But especially with the early onset subscriber count, I think I realistically take on a couple commissions. I think that would be a realistic thing. But I also trying to think of things we can do for like the big milestones. I have no clue how to do any merchandise. All right, I'm not a drop shipper kind of guy. If you guys have an interest in me trying to like create t-shirts or coffee mugs or something like that, let me know. And then if there's enough interest, I may try and reach out to a service that would do something like that. And maybe at some of the larger milestones, I may do a merchandise run or t-shirts, hoodies, cups, I don't know, bobbleheads. I got no idea, but we can play that by ear when we cross that bridge. How's that sound, guys? Like, I truly appreciate every single one of you for taking the time today to hang out with me. Like, honestly. You could do a group build. Like a larger project, or have like a boatload of people come together and we all just build and paint, do stuff like that. Hey, yes, Grim, my buddy, guy, dude, hey, yeah, I'm happy to see you too. How come whenever I'm live streaming you immediately want my undivided attention? Yes, I'm happy to see you too. I am terribly sorry. He is like a little baby. Aren't you? You're a little baby. Come on. Grim, you cannot come up here. As much as I would love for you to come up on the table and say hi to everybody, you will make a mess. Ow, ow, ow. Hey, hey. Build and paint for like a commission thing? Is that what you... Ow! Grim, you are digging that claw right into the tendon over my quad. That hurts like a mug. Thank you for letting go. But yeah, with the whole idea is, by all means, please drop them in the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, please check out the channel. I've got on the page, the actual channel page, I've got a Discord link on a post. I also have a Discord link under the most recently uploaded video. And regarding video uploads, it was my intent to get the next iteration or next installment of the Tiger 2 painted and uploaded and whatnot. But my internet company said, cool story, bro. And my cell phone did not have enough stability for me to upload it. And it just became worse and worse and worse. So, long story short, the edited video became corrupted, so I got to re-edit the entire thing again from scratch, and then I'll upload. Expect that upload to come in this weekend. I would hazard a guess to say Saturday afternoon. It's definitely going to be before Super Bowl Sunday, because I know nobody's going to be watching my stuff. Let's see. Totally wear Attack of the Pile t-shirt. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Your phone's acting up? Yeah, my tablet's doing weird stuff. When you give a subject or prompt that everyone could submit what they made to see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I would have to make a Discord account for that, though. Well, yeah. Yeah, you would. But, feel free to join the Discord channel. That is also free. Like, we've got a Discord server. We talk games, memes, projects. Fellow YouTubers are in there as well. So Complex Autist, he has his own channel. And he was actually my mentor for getting into this. So I was a bump on a log for about 18 months saying this is something I wanted to do, but I had no idea what I was doing. And Complex was gracious enough to actually give me some pointers. So yeah, I would love to be live streaming during the Super Bowl and hanging out with you guys. But unfortunately they got me on the clock. I'm gonna be working. I got another job I gotta do, and that one's the one that actually pays me. Uh, as much as I would love to be hanging out with y'all, I unfortunately I gotta bring home the bacon, you know? Gotta make the bread. So if I'm not doing that, it's gonna be real messy, real fast. But let's see. Yeah. Ruggers, cricket, sticky wickets. Played a little bit when I was younger. Yeah, I gotta be the breadwinner, you know? The corner ain't gonna stand by itself. And honestly, Complex, I truly appreciate you giving me the guidance. Like you really saved my bacon a couple times with this because I would run ideas by you and you'd be like, "Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it." And in all honesty, I was too worried about like how it would be received, and you've helped me out quite a bit. Hey, what's up? I'm so happy to see you here, man. You've been busier than got got you streaming another disc to. Oh, snap. There we go. Thank you. I truly appreciate you broadcasting me. You should send them the link because if you send them the video link, it'll actually count for view time for me too. So like I truly appreciate you broadcasting me out there and helping me get a broader audience. And welcome to the new viewers. I am so happy that you could join us. But if you'd like to help the channel out, if you wouldn't mind subscribing and jumping on the live stream for the channel itself, that would actually help me out because this is still a very very new YouTube channel. So the algorithm doesn't really push my stuff out there unless I have some truly devoted fans such as yourselves. And for that I will always be eternally grateful for all of you hanging out with me. Um but yeah, you guys are more than welcome to join the Attack of the Gray Pile Discord. I've yet to come up with a name for the followers. I kind of thought about saying hoarders, but I feel like that wouldn't float well for most of us because it's not a hoard, it's a collection, it's a backlog. But some outsiders looking in may disagree with the backlog v hoard analogy. So, but what do they know? It's not like they understand. The glue sniffers, yeah, that would definitely get me on a heck of a lot more piss tests, though. They'd have me peeing in a cup every month. Make me feel like I'm back at Fort Hood. Let's see. Little gray piles. That's not bad. Are the pile of gray? I stream it when I'm just chilling. Anyone who shows, yeah, thank you, Zeph. You saved my bacon too quite a few times. Let's see. Uh, Closed captions. There should be auto-generated captions. Um. Let's see. But yeah, I think there's closed captions. I don't know if I can do that on this side. I'm checking this side to see if I can do anything. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, settings. Chat filters, community moderation, auto chat translation on. Yes. I think that's all we're going to get because I don't see an option. Oh, yeah? Where, what unit was he with at Hood? Do you happen to know? No CC. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's all good, man. It's not too common for people to know their siblings' units unless they're also in the service. Most of the time, people are just like, he's in the army. Or, he's at this unit or this post, and that's about it. And I understand that. I respect that. I'm not trying to take a jab or a stab at you. I'm just like the nuances of the military life become very nuanced in that regard, for sure. So, but how many people we got in here now? Let's see. I'm guessing 5, 6. Ooh, we got a +1. Nice. Nice. So we got Will, we got Zeph, we got Complex. I'm sure Amnesia's a fly on the wall. We still have John, I believe, and then I think Graham is still hanging out. I'm fairly certain. All I know is Dad's staff sergeant. Your brother was a sergeant major. Wow. Okay, that's up there. That definitely yeah. I'm only a staff at the moment. I'm hoping to see whoa. Did the video just glitch for you guys too? There's definitely a delay, that's for sure, because I stopped moving my brush when that glitch hit my screen. Hey, Graham's still here. Yeah, no, I got you. That's all good. Yeah, I don't think I ever met a Sergeant Major Pitts, so. Let's see. I don't know what the jump in the video was. That's something I'm trying to figure out too, brother. I got no idea. It's something that's driving me bonkers too, because I think that's the second or third time it's done it, right? Yeah, military ranks start getting crazy, especially with the Navy, because they actually tie in with their jobs. It's like corpsman, machinist mate, all that nonsense, and it's like it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's cool that they actually tie in your career, but at the same time, holy crap, starts to get it gets a little deep, you know. Start saving the watch. Dang, I keep picking up hairs with this brush. Grim, quit shedding or I'm going to shave you. I won't. Don't worry. If I shaved him, he'd probably lose his mind. Yeah, Admiral Deck Sweeper. So, yeah. What's kind of sad about my tablet trying to feed this, Doesn't tell me how many people are actually in here at the moment. It says one watching. And I know there's more than just one. Give me a second. Let me refresh on my tablet. See if that might help. All right. So, settings, quality, advanced. We're gonna go 720. 6 viewing. There we go. Smidge. Yeah. I still love the nickname for the military award in the British Army, the GCMB. God calls me boss. I still think that's awesome. 6 and 6. Cool. Just trying to make sure that I got a good head count here. Trying to make sure I'm keeping my my numbers accurate in my head. So, I do apologize in advance. Today's live stream will not be as long as the one that occurred on what, Tuesday, Wednesday? But I will do my best to try and live stream a bit more often. It may not be a weekly thing, but I'm thinking about making it more of a monthly thing. Obviously, during the months of my move and awaiting my stuff getting to where I'll be, I may live stream a bit more often, simply because I will not have my whole rig, which sounds like I'm really professional, but I'm not. It's just an old Nikon D3300 hanging from a boom arm off of my chrome shelves that are currently hiding behind the King Tiger. But it is my intent to try and make it better. Let's see. Gotcha. Due to time zones, it's nearly midnight, so I should be asleep, but it's the weekend, so who needs sleep? Atta boy! Tell the sleep demons to leave you alone. But, yeah. Speaking of video quality, so I want to apologize for the recent issues I've been having with camera focus. The issue I have noticed is when I'm running the camera, if it's on auto, it's constantly changing its focus point, and that's a bit jarring. And if it's on manual, my focus window, if you're military optically inclined, something similar to that of an iBox, the iBox is very small, or was very small. So, well, I mean, for the publication stuff, you have a good one, Complex. I'll catch you in the next one. Go ahead and get some sleep, brother. I'll catch you around. One of these days, I'm gonna try and call you on Discord, and we can chat and catch up and not have to worry too much. I keep seeing you on games, and I'm always like, yeah, I want to play, but I'm kind of caught up with everything else at the moment. And lately, I've been on a War Thunder kick. So War Thunder and Hell Let Loose have been taking up a lot of my gaming time, and Repo. So 144 to 1080. Oh yeah, no, but I mean for like the publication, the published videos, the focus keeps going nuts, and I've noticed that the camera does not have the distance from the subject that I'm painting to be, quote, uniform or extended eye box. So Ah, okay. Skies of Thunder, huh? May have to give that one a look. 6,000 hours? Oh, come on. Now you really got to jump in. I've been dragging some of my friends through War Thunder. Some old friends of mine from previous duty stations. We're all gaming on there. Fairly regularly. We're dragging people around trying to level up. 4.0 for aircraft. That's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I think you're doing better than me on aircraft. I think my highest ranking aircraft that isn't a premium bird is like a 3.5, 3.7. And the premium birds I got from the loot boxes. I was dumb enough to pick up a couple of those. But yeah, so like I tend to play War Thunder quite often. And then when the guys aren't feeling it, we'll jump on Repo or Hell Let Loose. Myself and Amnesia play Hell Let Loose every once in a while. Zeph and I play Hell Let Loose quite often. On the way to 400 Space Marine 2. Get Hell Let Loose if you want, man. Check that out. They're about to drop the Vietnam expansion. Or actually, I think it's going to be a whole new iteration of the game, if I'm honest. I think it's going to be a whole new iteration instead of just an expansion pack. Primo Vic wants HOTAS. Yeah, I get that. Top tier Germany and China, Britain, grinding US free to play. Have no well, yeah. That's the beauty of it though, is it's free to play. And that's what I like about War Thunder is I can say, hey, let's play some War Thunder, and people are like, oh no, it's got to be expensive. That game's cool. And I'm like, no, man, it's free. If you want to get any special perks in it, you got to throw some money. But you can play it for free. It's not the end of the world. Take on. Yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself in the head for gluing the arms in. I should have left those alone. This one's stuck. He's doing the chicken dance, so gotta be careful here about how I do this. Play War Thunder as Germans because of the heritage. I play the Germans just because they're sick. I mean, Exhibit A. Do I need any more reason? This thing looks great. And yes, I'm bumping it on purpose. Free to play and pay to win. Breathe, eat, and use the toilet mid-grind. Yep. Gran Torino. Yeah, but he wasn't in Nam. He was in Korea. I thought he was Korea. Court cased. Uh-oh. Oh, me and the Exhibit A? Oh, yeah. Okay. Is it just me? Some reason Warhammer reminds me of an old game I used to play called War Robots. Nah, I'm pretty sure I could see that. I could see that for sure. But you know what's crazy? A few years ago, I found out that StarCraft was actually supposed to be a Warhammer game. Blizzard and GW were working together to make a video game. And I guess they couldn't figure out who was going to get more money out of the other. Tiger 2 after engine change slow now though. Oh yeah, true. Skill issue. Ooh. Ooh, man, you ain't hitting him with shade. You're hitting him with the whole tree, dude. Slow down. Slow down. But, yeah, StarCraft was supposed to be a Warhammer-based game, but, it seems the two companies couldn't figure out how they were going to split the money, so they broke apart on that one. That's why all the Zerg resemble Tyranids, when the Space Marines resemble Tyranids. USA 6-7. Yeah, I could see that. yeah, the Super Pershing. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna mess with that. See, what really sucks is I missed this year's seasonal mouse research opportunity. I'm kicking myself for it because I really want to get a mouse. That would be sick. I've thought about actually getting a mouse model. Yeah, the 90 mil. Yeah. So, I've lately been playing in the fours, the threes and fours with my buddies, but my highest tier is the Leopard 2A4, just because I can. And I did try to entertain the idea of dragging the boys around when they were like level 3 and change, and just drag them into a 10-7 fight and let them see what it's really like when you're like upper tier. I was really hoping that the game would have worked because I would love to see one of the guys get God mode. I don't even have God mode, but I'd love to see one of the boys get it and just be like, yeah, that would be awesome. Because then I could be like, I made that happen just because I was dumb enough to drag friends along for absolute misery. 200 RP on the mouse 3 years ago and only just finished. Wow. Dang on. See, I gotta figure out how to research it because it's no longer in the research tree. I haven't seen it. Unless they're hiding it somewhere. I just haven't seen the mouse. Yeah, I could. But I don't even think the E100's on the research tree anymore. I don't think the Lion is still on the research tree. I'd have to check. So, 1 second. Terribly sorry about that. Had to blow my nose and didn't want to gross you guys out with the elephant call, so I muted the mic. Also wanted to save everybody's ears. Jeez, 2,000 quid on Marketplace, dude. I'd much rather spend my money on other things like I don't know, just about every paint I could possibly use. Maybe a really big form factor 3D printer, or I don't know, maybe another Gibson guitar, or I don't know, invest it, because 2,000 quid for a that's just too much. Yeah, food. Now you're asking too much, man. I don't know if 2,000 would be able to do it. I think we'd have to bump those numbers up, man. Those are rookie numbers. We got to put it up to about 4,000, so that then I can take everybody out for McDonald's for just a cheeseburger and small fry, and I'd still be in the back washing dishes. Yeah. Yeah, cost of living where I'm at, it's nuts. Like every 2 weeks I'm spending between 350 and 500 on food for two. Yeah, but for tree bark it's got to be willow so it dulls the pain, you know? Let me make sure I'm still seeing all chats here. Okay, cool. No drinks with that McDonald's splurge? It's communal. We have to share, all right? No backwash. Thanks, Seth. You have a good one. 400-year-old oak? Ooh. Ooh, don't tempt me. That I'm sure that would make some really good-looking furniture or nice rifle stock. Generally, it's walnut, but I'm sure you could find a way to make oak. I'd have to double check and see the loading properties of oak. I don't know if might handle recoil impulse well, but night, brother. So yeah, I will say edge highlighting takes forever, especially on a complex kit like this. And especially if you have ADHD, because the problem is you get interested in all these other angles, and then you forget which angles you've already hit. So you're having to chase over every surface about 2, 3, 4 times before you really start to see where you've been. That's interesting. Hybrid? Does it yield fruit? Fortunately, trees are protected by government for when they need to build Napoleonic warships for. Yeah, I got a buddy who has some black walnut on his property, and he's saying whenever I want to get into stock building, he'll cut off a few lengths for me, and let me get my pick out of whatever he sends me, just as long as I build something for him too. So that'll be a project for when I settle down for sure. But I would love to get some burled black walnut. That stuff just looks so nice. So, let's see. Let's do that. I'm gonna change up the canvas a little bit. It's rarity in a forest of oak and pine trees. What did you? Yeah, get that off there. Here, let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. All right, let's find the safe spot. Where is my safe window? You guys need to come closer. It's okay. I don't bite hard. I do have my rabies shot up to date, so we're good. Additionally, there was a battle on my land. My family's during Edward II's reign. Huh. That would be cool. Yeah, when I lived in England, I was actually in the region of Lakenheath, and then Menwith Hill, and then later on I was in Wellborn, just outside of Lincolnshire. Additionally, okay, so I've already read that one, which is very strange. I've dealt with cherry wood and pine. Not Delton. Yeah, that's something. If that's got my head kind of cocked one way. So smells good. Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. I'd love to get a little plank of that. I think that would be kind of cool. Oh yes, yes. You are clearly seeing the back of my knuckles. It should help if I actually look at the screen so I can see what you guys can see. You guys didn't come here to see me paint, right? You just wanted to look at my hairy knuckles. Is that an orangutan painting? I don't know. There used to be an armory on Alliance, and the housing estate next door is called Aerosmith. That's cool. Too bad it's not AERO. Oh, that would be cool. I'd really appreciate that. Well, I don't need something massive, just something like the size of a coaster. Don't worry about trying to get me any dimensional lumber. All right? I don't want you getting into trouble just to send me a piece of lumber for me to sniff and not be awkward about. Definitely not going to go sit in the corner of the room and just sniff on it all day. Shh, get out of my head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. So one thing I really like is I have a collection of Enfields, and one of them is an Indian Grenadier Enfield, and I'm fairly certain that it's stocked in Indian Laurel, also known as Indian Rosewood. And whenever I take it to the range and it gets warm, yeah, it smells good. Mix that in with a little bit of cordite. Great day. So let's see. Yeah, no, I don't know how YouTube live streaming would appreciate that. Um, but maybe we could try and do something on Discord. Because I don't know what that would do to the YouTube algorithm. They're also going to be going away for a few years because the next place I'm going, I can't have personally owned equipment of that nature. Oh yeah, I could do that. Um, but yeah, for the Enfield collection, off the top of my head, I have something like 9. So different manufacturers, different dates, different models. Um, honestly, I my first rifle that I ever really fired a live round out of was 303 Brit, and yeah, I'd rather not put one through the screen because I'm sure that the local constable would have a field day about that one. So But yeah, it's a decent collection. So like I've got a few oddities. So like my favorite Enfield that I own so far is my number one Mark V trial rifle. So 1922 to 1924, the Brits fielded 20,000 test rifles. So it's the rifle that's the intermediary between the number one and the number four receiver. So when you look at a number one Mark III, your sights are actually mounted to the barrel, both your front and rear leaf tangent. Um, a lot of service members were saying, hey, the sight radius is a bit short and not very accurate and doesn't lend itself to placing accurate long range shots. Do you have a fix for that? And the MOD said, hey, yeah, actually, let's put the rear sight all the way on the back of the receiver, get you a larger sight radius, makes it clearer, makes it faster to find your sights, and we'll make a couple of those for you guys to take out and play with. So between 1922 and 1924, Enfield was authorized to spin up 20,000 of these trial rifles, these number one Mark V's. So the big giveaway on them is the sight placement between a number 1.3 and a number 1.5. The rear sight for the number 1.5 is, as you would expect, on the very rear of the receiver. And I will tell you, it is one of the easiest sights to use. It's easy on the eyes. It's not very fatiguing. It's quite lovely actually. But externally, nothing's really going to give it away besides that rear sight. Internally, though, it has a heavier barrel. They reintroduced the cutoff. Nobody really understands why the MOD had this love-hate relationship for the cutoff. My understanding is the cavalry and the basic infantry couldn't agree on if they wanted the cutoff or not, and also the Navy wanted the cutoff, which makes no sense. It's like, dude, you're hanging out on Prince of Wales. If Prince of Wales isn't going to answer your problem, what makes you seem to think an Enfield 303 is going to fix your problems? I don't think it'll work. And no matter of trust me, bro, no amount of trust me, bro, will make me trust you on that. Unless you're a sergeant major from Falklands who actually successfully engaged and defeated a warship with a an L-43. Or sorry, L-49? L-49, I believe. But yeah, so they made these test rifles, handed them out to the service members, and their big debut was Falkirk. Or not Falkirk, Dunkirk. Sorry, wrong Kirk. Dunkirk, not Falkirk. It would be interesting, wouldn't it? Wallace charging with a couple of Enfields. That would be kind of cool to see. Once went clay pigeon. Very nice martini. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I've got a couple of cowboy guns. I got a couple of revolvers. At my old man's, we've got a lever action 4570. And that thing is a buffalo gun. That thing's a monster. But yeah, so they debuted the weapons for the British Expeditionary Force in Dunkirk. And as one would expect, they not a whole lot of them came back, but they got glowing results and glowing reviews. The big problem though was the added machinery required, the machining steps required for making the number 1 Mark V was too expensive, too prohibitive. So that's why they went to the number 4 and the number 5 receivers, commonly known as the jungle carbine, which I also have. Ooh, nice. See, I'd love to find an old Navy. One of my buddies has one, and he's actually trying to get rid of it, but I'm in no position to offer anything for it. And then what's interesting though is back to the infield thing. The number 5 was not actually intended for jungle operations. It was actually intended for airborne operations. They have a rubber butt stock or butt pad on it, right? And everybody thinks that's for recoil. It's actually not. It's so that then it doesn't go dancing around in your shoulder when you fire it, because the recoil impulse on it is quite stout. Your typical number 4 or number 1 infields have a 25-inch barrel, and the jungle carbine is somewhere around 20, if I remember correctly. Somewhere around the 20 mark. And 303 is a very potent round. So that flash hider doesn't really do much to hide the flash for whomever's on the receiving end. But on the end dishing it out, that's a fairly useful flash hider. It keeps you from losing your sight picture or getting washed out. Dang, I am doing horribly on this elbow. This elbow is going to look like he's just been digging it in the dirt all day. Screw it. Good enough. I'll roll with it. Let's see. Let me make sure I still have all comments on. Yeah, it still says all comments. All comments. So here on the camera device, it says 6. Over there, oh, now it says 6. For a minute, it was saying 2. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's more people here than that. Hello, 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 my new viewers. Welcome. I'm just spending some time with y'all. Feel free to ask questions. Yeah. That's where things get concerning. Ah, installing brackets. Okay, I gotcha. It's a little late for that, don't you think? Is the weather decent there at least? Over here, we're getting another sprinkling of snow. I like the snow. Don't get me wrong. I like the cold because when it's too warm, you can only get so naked before the neighbors and local populace think crazy. The cold, you can put as many layers as you want, and people would just say, "Oh, I guess they really hate the cold." Me personally, I like the cold. I'm usually hanging out in like just jeans and like a hoodie when it's about 32 degrees or so. Um, I'm totally fine with that. And I do apologize to anybody watching who is a little grossed out by my left thumb at the moment. I accidentally smashed it last Friday trying to repair the car. And in all honesty, compared to how it looked last Friday, today looks totally fantastic, because last Friday it was all peeled apart and looked kind of like a crushed banana. Yeah, an overhang would be nice, wouldn't it? Get to hang out not be baking yourself in the sun. Yeah. I just don't wear shorts anymore because I don't need people thinking I'm a Yeti in disguise. Let's see. Come on. How about this? So we get a little bit of variation or variety. I'm not going to edge highlight all of the minis I picked out. I'm just going to probably focus on just this guy on painting as a whole. So then we can see how I go about slapping paint on these. Here in England, it's raining. Well, I mean, it's always raining. It's almost like that's England. 80 ain't too bad. And when you start breaking into the 100s, I'll say you can go ahead and keep that. I know the humidity down there's got to be rough, though. Yeah, I know it's early February. I won't argue that, but I mean, could be worse things. Could be like -50. Grim, what are you doing, bud? I'm still over here painting. What do you think I'm doing over here, huh? I swear, this cat. It's a curious little fluff ball, but oh! Yeah, I should probably be charging the phone. Started at 100% battery and now I'm at 27. Let's give you guys a little bit of the juice. There we go. Debating on how I want to paint these eyes. Because usually for my Templars, I do gold. Hey, Grim, you want to come over, say hi? All right, come here. Say hi to everybody. No, other way. Why are you giving me that look? Look over here. Come on. Okay, fine. There. Come on. There you go. Say hi. Are you not going to look at the camera? Okay, fine. We're going to elevate. Give you guys some... Oh, jeez, dude. Yeah, that's only a face only a mother could love from that angle. There we go. Come on. Come on, back up, Grim. I have to put you back on the floor. All right? I'm kind of busy over here. Come on. Let's go. There you go. Hey. There's not enough space on the chair for you, bud. You want to try and get on that chair? There's not enough space. See, I told you. Well, now is the obligatory cat showing moment. Oh, and he is mad. Thank you. Yeah, he's what I believe to be Norwegian forest cat. He's black with like the absolute frill of his mane is light brown, so he's really dramatic in his overall appearance. You know what I'm going to do now? I think I'm going to start some sponging. I'm going to sponge on some of that blue. For those of you who have never done sponging, if you get one of these foam brushes, like your local hobby store, local big box store, so like in America, Walmart, maybe Sainsbury's might have it. I highly doubt it, because I thought Sainsbury's was exclusively groceries, but maybe things have changed. So you just get one of these, right? Get yourself a pair of scissors, sharp scissors, and you just snip off a little bit, right? Just like that. And what you want to do is you want to get some tweezers. Or if you have access to them or something like them, a set of medical forceps or spring-loaded tweezers that are automatically set to close. Mine are currently not appearing in this film. Thanks, Monty Python, for running off with it. Unless... Yeah, nope. Don't see it. So we're going to do... Ooh, snap. That's not good. Where are we caught? Thank you. Alright, we're going to use a set of... Oh, there they are. Disregard. We will not be using surgical forceps. No, I'm just speaking from memory, from when I was a little boy. David Attenborough. NCAT. So, just find a set of tweezers. They're set like this. They have a built-in spring function, so instead of being sprung open, they're sprung closed. So just so you can see I'm not tricking you. They spring closed. So you just get your sponge, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to dip it in your paint. That's plenty, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to dip this onto the paint absorbing paper, also known as paper towel, kitchen towel, and then just plop this on. Now, you want to try and keep this relatively irregular so that then it actually resembles wear and tear on the surface. So you see, hopefully it's turning up. You see how that shin's starting to get all chipped up? So these tweezers actually came from iFixit, the little DIY electronic repair kits. I'm pretty sure you could find them on Amazon. And they won't be... Yeah, sponge dry brushing. Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing. So now I'm doing the shoulder. But you might be able to find them on Amazon. I do not have any links. I do not have any affiliate links either. So I can look and see what I can find. I'm sure there's got to be something out there, but the problem is my two main electronic devices for ease of communication are currently employed. One's watching, the other one's live streaming. So, oh, that was a big scrape. Didn't want that. So, now that we've done some of the sponge chipping, right, we're going to try and round this out a little bit more, like that, because I don't want that triangle, that corner, to really present itself in my imprints, because this is supposed to be more random and not too uniform. Now, it's okay if it bleeds onto the edge and enhances that edge highlight a bit more. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to go for a golden demon. Right? There's no way I'm going to be competing for a golden demon. And I doubt that I ever will get that good. Because in all honesty, I like painting. I like doing my projects. I don't want to have to set it to where it's like over competitive all the time. And like I did one competition piece before, and it did well. It did well. It got me second in a local hobby competition, and I was very pleased that I came in second. And I I will say that yeah, I had fun painting it, but I don't want to make this just about competitive painting or dedicating so much of my time to it that I can't do other things, because like I'm human, you know. I like to do other things instead of hanging out in my laundry room and painting. Yes, if you didn't know, I am still using my laundry room excuse me, as my painting room. And hopefully after this move, I can try and dedicate a a space specifically to painting, because I'm not a huge fan of putting my face in front of the camera, but I feel as though if maybe I start doing my videos more like interview style, where I'm in front of the camera and I'm practically telling, like reading the news to you, maybe I can up the viewer count a little bit or up the retention rating. Um, but I'm still weighing that option, right? Now, for the exhausts, you'll see I'm only doing the edge, right? So let me try and get in the safe spot for the camera. Right, there we go. I think that's actually a pretty decent spot. What do you guys think? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag the brush across the edges here and pick out those highlight, or those edges, just like an edge highlight, right? But I also want to try and get that vein that's running in the middle. There's a little vertical vein that runs this way. So I'm trying to pick that out as well. Let's see if I can get lucky and get that to pop. Oh, there it is. Got it. Right? So I'm going to do the same here on these exhaust ports. So if we have some spillage into the exhaust port, that's fine. Not too worried about that. Now we're going to turn the Mini over so we can get the larger exhaust outlets. Again, we're going to be dragging across the veins and around the edge. And it's okay if you get the gold digging into the exhaust like that. It's totally fine if it bleeds over. What you don't want is outer edge creep. If it creeps over the outer edge, you're gonna have to touch it up for what I'm trying to do here. And then see, just like that. So I'm gonna hold that like so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna let that dry for a minute. We're gonna come back over and do the winged skull here. Now, I'm trying to think what color should we do for the winged skull. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see gunmetal or silver with gold or brass, bronze, copper? What do you guys want? Well, while you're waiting on that, I'm gonna take a look at the paint on the wall, just in case nobody throws an answer out there. I have something to lean back on. Anybody got any ideas? Brass? Okay, brass. Yeah, I like that idea too. So we've got brass. That's actually what we used on the exhaust. Let me move this over so you guys can see. I'm not yanking your chain. It'll tie in nicely. I actually tend to lean heavily on this paint for that sort of detail. Metallic red? Yeah, that could look good too. I don't think I actually have a metallic red. I'm looking. I do have metallic medium. So what I could do is put red down. Oh yeah, true. I could do that. Let's see. How about this? For this one, we'll do the brass. And then before I close out the live stream, I will find something with a winged skull that I can paint in that metallic red, and we can judge my my heresy of trying to get that right without having a dedicated red metallic. How's that sound? Because I'm sure I've got something around here somewhere with a winged skull. That is easily accessible. Hey. Yeah, you know what? We'll do it with this guy. We'll do it with this guy because he's got his hand up, knife, close quarters combat. That would actually look pretty good, I think. I think the red would help differentiate him from the crowd a little bit more than just, oh, he's only got a knife, you know? So, let's see. Right. We'll do, how about this? We'll do the wings brass on this one. And then we'll do the skull in bronze. Try and give some depth to it. Or I may do a bronze glaze over the brass so that then it looks more like the brass's edge highlight over the top. There's a couple of ways of getting that effect. You can either do the bronze first, lay that bronze down, and then come over the top and dry brush with gold. Or you can water down the bronze, do your brass first, let the bronze chase its way into the recesses, similar to like a pin wash. So let's do that. I think that would look good. And while the wings are drying, I'm going to grab some of that bronze. Start placing that on the skull. It's going to be a subtle difference. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but in this immediate lighting, it's almost impossible to tell the difference. Here you go. I don't know how well that's coming out. So we'll let him sit for a minute. I will go ahead and start mixing up some of that red metallic. Where is my metal medium? Is that it? Nope, that's cold white. Where is my metal medium? That's silver. I know that metal medium is just like hyper silver. 1 second. Let's see what I got on the wall. For a second, I thought I accidentally kicked my cat. I was like, that's gonna go well. Air blow. Glaze medium. Matte varnish. Gloss. Satin. 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 Matte. Matte. Oh. Yes, Grim. Now you come running over here because you heard there's a chance of getting kicked. And of course, you come running over. I swear. This cat has no sense of self-preservation, like at all. He does some things that make me question if he's got an IQ any greater than. Whoa! We're plugged in and charging, but I'm still losing battery. That's interesting. So when I plugged it in, we were at 27. We're now at 22. Oof. We may have to cut this live stream short early, which is not the intent, but if I have to. Whoop. Then I have to. Okay. So metal medium. This stuff is hyper bright. It's quite literally metallic flake suspended in what I think is cold white. And then here's our red, Bloody Red by Vallejo. I'm going to go ahead and mix that on the palette. All right. If you guys want to see the current choice. So typically I would be cool with mixing it on a brush. Oh no. That's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth guy? The fifth guy run off to? Crew likes and disappeared. Like, I'm fairly certain he just popped off this base. So, I guess I got the cupboard from the Indian in the cupboard floating around here somewhere. Because he had something somewhere else to be. But yeah. So this paint, let's go ahead and mix. I'm gonna use a toothpick just to make it quick and easy. So I don't know how well it's showing up in the camera, but that is definitely turning metallic. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more metal medium in. Okay, now that's starting to look more kind of cherry candy red. Here, let's do this. Is that the kind of color you were looking for? Because honestly, I think that's a little bright compared to what you were thinking. What do you think, Will? Is that the red you were looking for? Let's go ahead and put this red on here, see what that looks like. I feel like it's not saturated enough. Let me try something, because that's almost looking like bubblegum pink. We're gonna hit this with some contrast red. Yeah, that whole red that I've been using for the tiger, I've been using that. So what I do is I base brown, then I hit it with whole red, and it replicates that oxide red primer really, really well. And this thumb's still recovering from getting smashed. Yes, Grim. Yes, buddy. Ow. No, buddy. You already been up here. You already said hi to everybody. Yeah, you can rub my leg all you want. You're not getting back up here. So here we go. Mix in some of that contrast. That should help darken this red tone out a bit more. Yeah, that's looking better. Here. way too much paint on the brush. It's a bit better. Yeah, that's looking more red. It looks far more red to me than the previous attempt. The previous attempt was bubblegum pink. And this one still reads really pink to me. Let's see how the camera... Oh, yeah, the camera's got that thing. Hubba bubba pink, ain't it? Let me move this light a little bit more. What do you think? I think that looks like Hubba Bubba pink. That's definitely a nail polish color for sure. Well, there's that. Like, I was trying to shoot for like Corvette candy apple red metallic, you know, something like that, and I think I missed that one. If I add black, I don't think that's I don't know if that's gonna work, to be honest, because I think then when I start adding black, it may start moving to burgundy. Trying to think here. Does it have some contrast paints? That wasn't exactly the darkest contrast red that I have. The darkest one I have is Blood Angels red. We could try that. We could put that over the top. $40K pink. Don't give Games Workshop another excuse to overprice things. Here. Let's go ahead and put some Blood Angels red on it, because I have a feeling once I touch it with this, it's going to get that red color we've been trying to find. Let me put my fingers here. All right, moment of truth. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. That's looking pretty decent. What do we think, huh? Is the jury still out on this one, or did I hit pay dirt on that? Because that looks almost blood red to me. How's that getting picked up on the camera? Because that's like a slightly darker hue than the YouTube red right now. Cool. Grim, did you hear that? The committee approves. We're going places. Not far, but we're going places. All right. Let's see. Back to the first subject. This guy here, I'm gonna go ahead and pick his eyes out now. For color, since these guys are supposed to be a specialty unit, I may do blue metallic. 1 second, comments weren't coming through on your side. Oh yeah, okay. No, I got you. Yeah, I'm constantly having to check mine because it'll, for some odd reason, YouTube likes to do top comment and tries to push top comment rather than giving all comments. So last live stream got to the point where Complex was actually calling me going, "Hey man, you getting my messages?" I'm like, "No, I don't see you." He's like, "Okay, I thought you were ignoring me." I'm like, "No, I genuinely don't see you." He's like, "Check your settings." I was like, "Oh, here we go." And so I changed it, and I thought it was good. But no, it was like every 20 minutes it would go back to top comments. Yeah, that too. So, so I think for the eyes, I'm going to do that metallic blue that I generally do. And then I'm going to start doing the exhaust colors with some Orange Fire by Vallejo. So, come on. No. All right. This is my new bottle of blue metallic. We're going to go with this one then. Is this one? Yeah, this one's been used before. So, whoop. That dollop's huge. I only need it for 2 eyes. That's enough to paint this whole figure twice. Yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and get that orange out. That orange played nice. So for starters, we're going to see how much metallic is actually... Okay, cool. Some of the metallic paints by Vallejo, like they're great paint. But sometimes, especially like this blue metallic, you can see up here it's really dark because that's where the pigment's at. But the actual metallic flake, the flake that's supposed to be in there, tends to hang out at the bottom of the bulb. Ooh, that'd be good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and start working this into the eyes. Now, if you guys are looking for a good set of brushes, I would recommend these. These are Foxbite's 7 Deadly Sins. If you buy them directly from the Foxbite website, you can get them with a case. They're about $60 US, 65. Last I priced them. They are Kolinsky Sable natural fiber brushes. I will tell you, moving from a synthetic to a natural fiber brush was like putting on some nice shoes for the first time, like the ones that you don't have to break in for hours and hours and hours. It's like, boom, put them on and you're good to go, right? So there's that blue metallic. On my side, it looks pretty clear. I don't know about you guys. What I will do to try and exaggerate that lens is I'm going to take some more metallic medium and a bit more of that pigment, the blue color pigment. I'm going to try and create a brighter shade of blue. It uses a surface highlight. Try and help sell the idea that it's all bent in there. Give some depth to the actual lens. So I don't know how well that's coming out. What are we thinking? So with that done, I'm going to quickly trace around the eye lens with the Thunderhawk blue, that edge highlight we were using earlier, and just try and knock back some of that metallic paint that spilled over onto the edge. Because we want the lens to be metallic, not the edge of the armor. The edge of the armor, we want this matte gray blue. So there it is, right? Then for this exhaust trick, this is something you guys might actually find interesting. So a lot of people like to leave the exhaust just like this, right? And I mean, okay, yeah, that's fine. I won't knock you if that's where you want your exhaust to stop. Like, I was like that for a very, very long time. Grim, buddy, yes, I know you want attention. I'm almost done, buddy. Yeah, I'm losing battery power even though we're plugged in. Yes, hi. I know you want my attention. I'm trying to paint here, dude. Okay, so that orange, I watered it down quite a bit, so you can see it's quite thinned down. Now what I'm gonna do, yes, Grim, I know you want my attention. I'm kind of busy, is I'm just going to put it here into the exhaust and flood it. Ow, dude. So now that that's in these exhaust ports, flood it in here. You'll let them sit for a minute, right? Now you can turn it upside down because the liquid tension will keep the paint up in that port. So it'll hang out for a few minutes. And if you want to expedite the process, you can hit it with some heat. You could use a blow dryer. However, I recommend being very cautious and careful with it because it will tend to blow that orange paint out of the recess and all over your hard work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Q-tip, just a typical Q-tip. I'm just going to dab it in here, right? Just a little bit. I'm not letting it sit for very long. It's literally like tag your it, sort of touch and goes. And what it will do is it will start to bring back some of the exhaust detail. So like those vents start to come back through. The fins start coming through. I would generally run a more watered down mix of this paint. And since this stuff is still wet, I can come back in here with some water. That's generally the consistency I go for. It's about that shade, right? And then I just let it soak in. Let me put just a touch more pigment into this. So let me put this just a little bit brighter. A little bit brighter. Here we go. Now those are more uniform with the lower ends. And so I'll let it sit. And as it dries, the paint will suck into the cracks and recesses and sink in and add that depth so that then your exhaust vanes will be elevated up out of it. And it'll really sell the idea that they're actually heated on and you can pick out those details. Let me see what I can do here for this battery problem because my battery's screaming at me at the moment. It's been plugged in for about, I don't know, an hour now, and I'm still losing power. Hello, new viewer. Hello, welcome, welcome. Feel free to sound off in the chat. Say hi. Let us know that that you're here, and feel free to chat. I'm just chilling in the stream, talking, sharing some ideas. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do this way. A little bit of edge highlight. And I might try and show you guys how to do an oil wash if I have that kind of time. But in all honesty, as soon as my phone hits like 20%, it's like the battery just pours out the USB port. And yeah, I'm not seeing any improvement on power. So which Dodge Charger kit are you using? Are you using the what is it? It starts with a B. Not Biddle. It's Ow! Holy crap! Grim, no. Ow. My guy. No. Come on. Off the table. That hurt. Hey, I know you want my attention, alright? But I'm talking to people right now. Let's go. Come on. Hey, no. We're going down. Here, you want to hop up here? Come on. You want to sit on the chair? You can sit on the chair, but you are not getting on this table. I'm not going to have... Ah, Revel. Okay. I'm not going to have a polka dot cat. Come on. But as you can see, the paint's already starting to dry, and that capillary action is pulling the paint down into the recesses. That's really what I'm going for here. So while that's finishing up the drying process, I will go ahead and retrace the rims of the larger exhaust just to pick them out. It's okay if the orange get mixed in a little bit. Just a little is okay, because it'll help add to the sense of the exhaust being hot. Right, so there's that. Come around from the other side. Ow! No. No. You're gonna sit there. Grim, you jump up here again. I'm gonna close that door. No, you're gonna stay right there. See, I'm painting. Look. This. I'm painting this. Holy cow, he's persistent, isn't he? Then since this one's dry, I can come back over. Trace out the exhaust edges again. And then this one. So, yeah. Get some sleep, John. Feel free to add Discord. Like, if you download Discord, feel free to jump on the server. Again, it's 100% free. There's no pay to join, no pay to membership, none of that. Feel free to join us on Discord. And I will catch you later. I'm probably going to be hopping off here in the next 5 minutes, to be honest, because my phone is still losing power. Even though I swapped out the cable and gave it the old college try. So, thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing some Black Templar work here. I'm sorry that you're joining us a little late here. I'm having some technical difficulties with my my phone, which I use for live streaming. Unfortunately, it does not like the idea of trying to charge, so I'm losing battery power rather quickly. I would like to invite you to our Discord server if you're not there already. It's 100% free. Like, I literally have no paid membership, anything. Everything is 100% free, open door on the table. I don't want to go into a position where I'm having to ask people to pay me just to be a part of the community. I don't think that's right. I mean, you're already paying enough for model kits as it is. So, ooh, nice. Your Stormcast. Okay. Nice, nice. Do any custom bits for him lately? And I'm terribly sorry. There is a delay between video, audio, and comments. So I think I timed it out to about 5 or 8 seconds. So, but yeah, I just wanted to be completely transparent that I'm probably going to be jumping off live stream soon, because my phone is still discharging, even though it's hooked up to the appropriate charger, and losing power rather quickly here. So, here's that. There's that one. No custom bits, but Cities of Sigmar? Okay. Nice, yeah. I think that would be cool, yeah. Do you do any 3D printing? Have you looked at some of the 3D print terrain? I don't know if you're exclusively GW terrain or anything goes type. So I figured I'd see if any of that kind of interests you. Because I recently just got a set of trench stuff. Nice. Yeah. So I got some trench terrain. I haven't printed it out yet. Something like 26 plates on a Saturn III. So it's a good size kit. But I would seriously recommend checking out some of the 3D print stuff, because there's so much out there. Is that? But yeah, I think shortly after I finish this belt, I think I'm gonna have to sign off, guys. As much as I'd love to keep hanging out with you, seems technology is doing its thing and failing at the worst opportune time. I do hope to be live streaming more often, as I'm seeing that doing live streams is significantly improving the viewer interaction. Because I like interviewing with you guys, or not interviewing, I like interacting with you guys, and being able to communicate. So, like, I'm usually very responsive on comments. The only video that I have not yet gotten back to on comments is the most recent one for the Tiger 2, which just hit its final stage of construction and now is going to be moving into weathering and identification. So if you like World War II tanks and stuff, or like high detail models, by all means go ahead and check out that playlist that I've got up, the King Tiger. So yeah, the gremlins are indeed attacking my phone battery with extreme prejudice, not being very nice about it. So so but yeah, I think I'll be signing off in about 3-5 minutes. Just wrap up some conversation here. So oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Napoleonic stuff, I've seen guys doing that. They they are quite interesting. I want to try and do some Napoleonic miniatures. So there was actually one time when I actually got pretty sick and I missed a good chunk of school, and my history teacher, I think this was 8th grade, he he gave me the opportunity to do a diorama to make up for a missed exam or whatever. And so I actually got a boatload of Civil War figures and recreated Pickett's Charge. And that diorama was huge. I've got all those minis back at my old man's place. So, ooh, yeah, I could see that. But I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me today. Hopefully, the next time I do a live stream, I can get technology to work with me. Uh, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I post every week. This week's video did not go up simply because my internet went down yesterday, and now today the edited video file became corrupt, so I get to re-edit the original upload. So I I intend to have this week's intended video up within the next 48 hours. It should be up before Monday. And I wish to apologize for that video being absent this week, or delayed more accurately. So, I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for hanging out with me today. Feel free to reach out to me via comments, or on Discord. Uh, there's the Discord link on my most recent video and a few in between my first and most recent. I really need to pay attention to that more often and include that in the descriptions. I will do my best to do better at that moving forward. Also, there is a post on my YouTube page or YouTube channel containing the Discord join link. You guys are more than welcome to join me and everybody else there. I'm sure all of us would enjoy your company, and I'd like to thank you again for spending time with me. Uh, this is Grey Pile signing off for the night. I will hopefully catch you in the next one. Y'all have a good night.